Hey, this is Mike, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use Snapseed. It's a really cool app that lets you edit your photos that you take with your iPhone really powerfully and easily. So I have Snapseed installed here. I'm just going to click on it. And here's some pictures that I took at a barbecue place that I went to, but that's not what I want to show you. So here's a picture that I took outside the plane on the way over here today. So here I've got my image, and you can see it's a little cloudy. It's not as sharp as it might be. It might need to have a few things fixed on it. I'm just going to click on the little paintbrush tool here, and I've got a lot of options, as you notice here. First thing that I can do is I can use some of the tools up on top, but if I scroll down you'll see there are some filters that I can also use, and there's some really cool filters that I can use. One of the filters that I like to use first is the tonal contrast filter, and let me click on the tonal contrast filter, and that's going to really help with the fuzziness of the image. And you can always toggle back and forth between how the image looks now and how it looked originally. If you notice, you can click on the little icon up at the top right, and that shows you what it looked like before, and then you see what it looks like now. And if I scroll with my finger, I can go in and I can do things like change the high tones, change the midtones, various things like that. So if I like it, I hit the check mark, and then you can see here's what it looks like now, there's what it looked like before. Big difference. I'm going to click on the little pencil tool, and I can also do something called HDR scape, which I like. And I'm going to zoom in and I can see, okay, so here's the HDR scape, and that's kind of harsh if you notice. If I click on what it looked like before, it's a little less harsh, but I still like what this is doing. And you notice the filter strength here is 50, and I can ratchet that back until it looks a little bit more natural. So I'm going to keep it at like 20, let's say. And now if I hold my finger down, I see what it looked like before, and now I see what it looks like now. So that's a lot nicer, and I like that, so I'll hit the check mark. And I can always take a look at what it looked like originally, again, by holding my finger down anywhere on the image. And so that was the original image, and there's the image now. And so it's a really powerful tool. One of the nice things that it can do is it can sharpen one area. So if I do like a lens blur, you'll notice I can focus just, and I'm going to squeeze the lens, and I'll actually push it a little bit. So now I can just sharpen that one area, and I'll hit the check mark, and now you'll notice that area is highlighted. And if I take a look at what it looked like before and what it looks like now, it's a big difference. And so lots of other things that you can play with. One of the cool things that you can do, well, of course you can crop and you can tune the image and you can do white balance and things like that. There's also a transform tool, and if I click on the transform tool, not only can I rotate the image, but I can also do vertical perspective. So if I take a picture of a building, I can fix the vertical perspective on it, and you'll see what that looks like. It's hard to tell with this image because it's not a building image, but you'll notice I'm moving it forward and back. And that's basically it. Then when I want to save it, I click on save, and I can export it. And the great thing is the original image is still intact, so I'm exporting it, and I'm keeping the original image, but I'm also saving that edited image.